On March 3rd, 1992, in Los Angeles, California, four Los Angeles police officers had been caught beating an unarmed African American. The man's name was Ronnie King. He led the police into a high-speed chase through the streets of Los Angeles. He was intoxicated and said to be uncooperative. King resisted his arrest and was brutally beaten by police officers Lawrence Powell, Theodore Brazeno, and Timothy Wynn. A citizen with a personal video camera was filming the arrest and the beating King took from each officer. The 89-second video was later released to the press and caused outrage around the country and triggered a national debate on police brutality. Ronnie King was released without charges. All four officers were charged with assault with a deadly weapon and excessive use of force. Sergeant Stacy Kuhn was not part of the beating and did not participate in it, as he was present at the scene. He was charged with aiding and abetting. Riots and violence first erupted at the intersection of Florence Boulevard and Normandy Avenue. Due to the video and outrage, traffic was blocked and rioters beat dozens of motorists, including Reginald Denny, a white truck driver who was dragged out of his truck and nearly beaten to death by three African American men. A news helicopter hovering over the street recorded the gruesome event. Los Angeles police were slow to the response, and the violence radiated through areas throughout the city. California Governor Pete Wilson deployed the National Guard at the request of Mayor Tom Bradley, and a curfew was declared. By the morning, hundreds of fires were burning across the city. More than a dozen people had been killed and hundreds were injured. Rioting and violence continued during the next 24 hours, and Korean shop owners in African American neighborhoods defended their businesses with rifles. On May 1st, President George Bush ordered military troops and riot-trained federal officers to Los Angeles, and by the end of the next day, the city was under control. The 3 days of disorder killed 55 people, injured almost 2,000, led to 7,000 arrests, and caused nearly $1 billion in property damage, including the burnings of nearly 4,000 buildings. This event is connected with civil rights, and this is why I chose it. I chose this image and subject because civil rights to me are why we all are here today. The image shows how one life can affect the minds of others and how the behaviors of many can destroy a city.